All right, we are here at the Island Lake Trailhead in the Beartooth. Right now we are in Wyoming, and this is our annual fall campout. And we've spent the last day and a half getting here and staging vehicles, but now there's not much left to do but start this adventure. 8 days. Stats wise, this is should be one of our easier trips, but we're already at 9,500 feet or something here, so the elevation will be a factor, I'm sure.
Day one.
Timber, hold on. Oh my God, look at Timber. You guys, look.
Sometimes the toughest part of a trip is just getting away from the trailhead, and this one was starting out that same way. We've never been to the Beartooth before, and we decided that the best way to get introduced to them was to spend our annual fall camp out there. Well, we've made it here to our first camp of the fall campout. We've kind of had to alter, not our route yet, but where we were thinking about camping. Right now there's reports of a grizzly bear feeding on a carcass on the trail we want to come out. And they are not recommending anybody go past there. But we won't go past there for 8 days. So I guess we'll cross that one when we get to it. But where we were going to go tonight kind of put us pretty close to it. And so we decided to hole up here. We're just past Night Lake. That's Night Lake in the background. Yeah, it's good to let us get to celebrating. It is night one after all. That's a great feeling around camp here.
Remington. Oh. Oh, geez, here she comes, guys. Here she comes.
I got hit that. The Idahonian has inspired things. Campout. Hot sauce.
Ooh, that would be perfect. What?
We kicked off our Mountain Olympics and had a celebration fitting of the first night of the trip. Next morning, we woke up to beautiful skies. After coffee, we packed up and got ready to hike out. As we were leaving camp, Eric noticed something big swimming in the lake. At first, we couldn't tell what it was.
Or is it a moose? Is it a moose? Or a bear?
it's a bear. We just left camp. He is crossing over Granite Lake.
That looks like a bear.
That's a bear. That's a grizzly bear. That's a fucking grizzly bear.
A little snow here. That was a hell of a way to start the day, and it let us know that all of the signs are there for a reason. This is bear country. Eventually, we wanted to get down to Granite Lake and stay there a couple days. But we didn't think we'd get down there today. We were just trying to get on the other side of Beartooth Butte, and then we find a place to camp. Well, good morning. Morning day 2. We are on trail, almost a mile in. Saw a grizzly first thing out of camp today. So, no doubt they're about. By the time we could see Beartooth Butte, we were running low on water and we were looking for a creek. On the map, it looked like we could save some climbing and some distance by going cross country to meet the trail on the other side. So we cut straight across towards the butte. We'd try to find water over there. Like a government job, huh, Val? One guy digging, 3 guys watching.
Mm-hmm.
Once we were over the pass, it was time to find a place to camp. We found a great site with one of the best fire pits we've ever had.
No, on that forearm.
Oh, that's part of the love process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your bag is up to full strength again. Your water bag. Oh, yeah.
Do zippers, they can open drawers.
Yeah.
They can get into anything.
We were moving early and on our way down to Granite Lake. If we could find a spot good enough, we'd take a zero there tomorrow. Grizzly, no doubt. Well, good morning. Morning day 3. We are on our way down to Granite Lake today. Whew, got in last night. Everybody was pretty exhausted. Tough day yesterday, but really cool. Really different country. Never really hiked anything like this. And that's the way today's starting too. We got a big down, and right now it's just all been this meadow walking, which is pretty nice. Being very bear aware. Saw a good track and some scat. We saw a grizz first thing yesterday morning. So I'm guessing we're not done seeing grizzly bears. We'll see. Granite Lake. As soon as we got to Granite Lake, I dropped my pack and started searching for a campsite. I hiked down along the edge of the lake. I went down further than I might normally since we would possibly stay there 2 nights if I found something. Ended up going back to the group and having them grab their gear and follow me down. Might have stumbled on something. That's a warm wind.
Something bumped it. Oh, there's one. He's a little guy.
Cutthroat. Oh, the cutty. No. Can't.
This is kind of an embarrassing German Shepherd moment. These guys are all being babied so much.
Wait, what? Those guys? What the fuck? We had found our zero spot, and now the celebration was really on. The skies even put on a show for us. Well, good morning. It is the morning of day 4 here from Granite Lake. Not too bad. So it's 0 day for us. We're staying here all day. Nothing to do but relax and play games and kind of recharge. And the second half of the trip starts tomorrow. And we start climbing back up to the plateau. So won't be easy at all. But that's tomorrow. 0 today. We're just going to take it easy.
This view never gets old.
trouble.
We had barely seen any clouds for the first 4 days of the trip, but as we settled in next to the fire, we noticed the skies growing more and more overcast. It could mean the end of the fair weather. Well, good morning. Morning day 5 here from Granite Lake. Great zero yesterday. It went way too fast. What a great spot we're in. It's definitely going to be hard pushing out of here today, but that's just what we got to do. Got to go around the lake, all the way up it. This is a huge lake. And then climb up, hoping to stay around Lake Elaine. May or may not stay there. Once we get that far, we'll just be finding a spot that suits us. Man, great trip. Getting some weather this morning. It's sprinkling on us. It's looking like we're socked in too, so it's probably going to be hiking in the rain day. Back half of the trip now. We got a lot of adventure ahead of us. It already seems like we've had a whole trip's worth of adventure. Oh, I love these. I love them. Can't beat the fall campout.
Coals from there.
Yeah, we got some more coals cooking. Puddle achieved. It was raining on us as we shouldered our packs and got ready to start a day of climbing. It wasn't long before we came to a section of the route where we needed to cross the outlet of Granite Lake. We searched for a couple routes and didn't have much luck finding a good way across. I was trying one route and got close enough that I thought I would just go for it. I mean, how much more wet can I get? Much more. The answer is much more wet. It was almost waist deep where I crossed. I wish I hadn't have done that, and it would haunt me the rest of the day.
Out of here. It's steep.
Once we finally got past Granite Lake, the canyon narrowed and things started getting steep. Elaine Lake. Made it. That head wall was tough. When we hit Elaine Lake, Brandon and I went in opposite directions in search of a campsite. I did find a few that would be great for tent campers, but we had 4 hammocks, and we needed trees. We were all wore out from the climb getting up to the lake, and now it looked like we were going to have to push on to find a place where we could camp. Little did we know it at the time, but one of the toughest sections of the route was waiting for us at the end of the lake. This boulder field almost got all of us. We were lucky to get through it without anybody getting seriously hurt.
Please tell me it's not more up.
We were running on empty when we rolled into Green Lake. After a short search, we had to settle on an opening where, if we removed a few dead trees, we could just fit into, barely. After getting beat up all day by the weather and the mountains, we had to settle for a camp that no one was happy about. It was a rough day. Well, good morning. It's morning day 6 here from Green Lake. Probably our worst campsite of the trip last night. We just had to make something work. We were all pretty beat when we got in here. Weather was on us all day. But as you can see, now things have turned around and hopefully we have nice skies for the rest of the trip. We're moving on today. Not sure where we're going to stay. If we don't find a spot before Native Lakes, then we'll be headed back to Native Lake. Whew. It was a tough day yesterday. But looking to get back in the good weather and the good graces. Trail was in great shape. The scenery, top notch. can't tell you how many beautiful ponds and lakes we passed. It seemed like around every corner was a new beautiful scene that somehow seemed like a painting, too fantastic to be real. Yet, here it was. As we reached the top of the climb, it was hard not to notice the storm clouds building. Well, just took a break at Kid Lake, and now we're pushing on. There's one lake without a name. Might be a potential camp for us. Other than that, we're going to Native. We're like 4 miles from there. Can't breathe. 4 miles from there, I think we got weather coming. We hit the no-name lake and gave it a quick look over before deciding to move on to Native Lake. We knew that there was a good camp there, and if we got there, it set us up so we could have a zero the following day. It was enough to keep us moving the last few miles into the lake. We made it into Native Lake with the storm right on our heels.
Or like a pale rain mix. What a welcomed sight, right?
Yep. Well, good morning. Morning day 7 here from Native Lake. Oh, yesterday was a tough one. A lot of up. Last full day of the trip. We've set ourselves up pretty good. We're pretty much, I think, decided we're going down the Grizzly route, which may or may not be dangerous. We'll see tomorrow. But today, we're going to enjoy Native Lake. Once again, we had weathered the storm to come out to sunny weather. It was going to be a good 0. I'd take the tree. As it seems to go on this trip, the weather never lasts. But it didn't matter at this point. It was the last night of the trip, and we were going to enjoy it. Well, good morning. It's morning day 8, going home day. We got a couple hundred feet to the top of the pass, and then hopefully it's all downhill from there. We are gonna go through a section which, when we showed up, there were warnings that a grizz was feeding on an elk carcass there. That was a week ago, and I'm not sure where it actually is. I don't know if it's on the trail. It's probably just near the trail, but we're going that way because it's going to shave off a few miles and some climbs we don't need to do. So, yep, heading out. Been a hell of a trip. Before we knew it, we were over the pass and walking down towards where the grizzly was. When we got to the trail junction, the sign said that there were not one, but 2 grizzlies feeding on the carcass. But I also noticed the date that the sighting was made, and it was almost 2 weeks ago. I was traveling with a very capable group, and we still felt confident in going down this trail. I was on full alert as we hiked down towards Beartooth Lake. I fully expected to see a bear. I just wanted to see it before it saw me.
Yep. Home stretch.
All right, made it down to the bottom of the lake, or to the back of it. Just working our way around now, over to the boat launch where the cars are. Home stretch. There is beer in the car. I am ready. We made it through the Grizzly Zone without even seeing one. We didn't even see signs of the kill, though in one section our dogs were a little drawn to something just off the trail. That wrapped up our 24th fall campout and our first trip into the Beartooths.